Hello, class. Good morning. How's it going, guys?
Hello, Mrs. Frizzle.
Hi, Ralphie.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. You seem so big.
I
You
know.
eat too much?
No, well, last night I did have some turkey, but I don't think it was that big.
Then what's wrong with you? Are you sick?
No, I'm not sick. I'm gonna have a baby.
Oh, how are you gonna get the baby?
Well, you see, there's a balloon in here, and there's gonna be one special. No,
It doesn't
Ralphie.
feel like a balloon.
Well, it is a balloon. You just have to trust me, like you trust all your teachers.
My mom says the store comes and brings the baby.
Oh, no. I can promise you it's not the store, honey, because I'm not paying for this baby.
Then what is it?
It's a balloon.
Come on, Miss Frizzle, tell us the truth.
Okay, all right, fine. Let's go on a field trip.
Field trip? Where are we going?
To the hospital. Hey, kids, now we're at the hospital, so we have to be super quiet, okay? Shh. Okay, start off with all boys and girls are different. So Ralphie is different than Dorothy Ann.
Really?
And I'm different than Mr. Frizzle. Of course, Ralphie.
How?
Well, I'm going to get into that later. Only females can have babies. So I can have babies, Dorothy Ann can have babies, but you can't have a baby because we have a special organ called the uterus where babies are kept, like right now. Nothing can happen without the help of you guys, which is the male. But let's take a look at them. There's a friend of mine who is a nurse at the hospital, but we all have to be on our best behavior. She's going to sneak us in on her magic bus and a patient. We have to be quiet, okay? Here we go!
All of a sudden, we ended up in the seminiferous tubules within the testes. This is where all our questions from Miss Frizzle started.
Alright, guys, each tubule is about 1 yard, which is how many feet?
Miss Frizzle, I think it's 3.
You got it, Ralphie.
Yes.
It's 3 feet. Now, this is where the sperm is produced. Now, the sperm enters the epididymis, which is the beginning of the male reproductive system. Does anybody even know what a sperm is?
I think I do, Miss Frizzle.
Yes, Ralphie?
I think it's the male sex cell.
You got it, correct. Daddy gave it to Mommy to help make you. This is where all our learning from last month come into place as well, which was what system? Anybody remember?
The endocrine system, Miss
That's
Frizzle.
right. The endocrine system also plays an important role in the reproductive system.
But how?
Well, there are some things called the interstitial cells, which make sex hormones called androgen, and the most important one in the reproductive system is testosterone.
But Miss Frizzle, what I still don't understand is what is the epididymis?
Well, to make it very, very simple, it kind of helps store the very best and healthiest sperm. So the healthiest and the best sperm survive, and that's what helps make you you.
And then what happens next from there?
From the epididymis, it passes to the vas deferens. Along the way, the seminal vesicles secrete semen, providing the sperm with lots and lots of energy. It's basically like really, really yummy orange or grape juice, with lots of energy and electrolytes. Together, this fluid travels to the ejaculatory duct, where the prostate gland, which is another gland in the male reproductive system, keep in mind the females don't have this, only the males do. They also secrete semen and other important fluids.
And from there, what happens, Miss Frizzle?
Well, before the sperm can travel from the ejaculatory duct to the urethra, which is located in the penis, which is a muscle which only males have, once again, the Cowper's gland has to secrete a really thick, sticky mucus, kind of almost like that's in your throat when you get really, really sick, but kind of extra super thick. And this helps neutralize the urine.
Wait, so where does the sperm finally come out?
The same where you pee from. Surprise, right?
Wait, really? So my urinary system and my reproductive system are linked?
Yeah, which is why the mucus is so important.
Do girls have this too?
Nope. Just remember that the urinary system and the reproductive system are this closely linked only for the males. This is not the same for females, and we'll be talking about them very, very soon.
Well, what happens with them?
Let's find out! To start off with, does anyone know of the name of the female sex cell?
I think it's an egg, right?
That's right, Ralphie. An egg is produced and stored in the ovary, and an ovary is shaped like an oval, which is like an egg, and all females have 2 of them. Once a month, a female releases 1 egg from the ovary, which is then traveled in the fallopian tubes. This connects the ovary to the uterus.
Oh, that's a funny word, uterus.
Indeed it is, the uterus. It's a muscular chamber that provides protection for the baby during the 9 months of pregnancy, just like right now. The bottom portion of the uterus is where the cervix is located. This opens to the vagina, the funny V word.
Ew, this is where girl cooties are made.
Actually, Ralphie, it has many important functions. One of them is that it receives the penis during sexual intercourse. The second one is it's a lower portion of the birth canal. That's where the baby comes out of. And the third and the most important, for teenagers especially, it's a passageway for the elimination of the menstrual cycle.
My sister's 14, and her and my mom always talk about that time of the month. Does that have anything to do with this?
That's right. Yeah, let's talk about that. Remember how we said that one egg is released each month? Well, this happens due to the hormones called FSH and LH. FSH is a follicle-stimulating hormone, and it promotes the maturation of eggs. It helps them grow, and it helps them become healthy. In the end of 1 month, out of the 4 cells, only 1 healthy egg is produced. LH is a luteinizing hormone. This causes an egg to be released from the ovaries to the fallopian tube and in the uterus. During this time, the muscular lining of the uterus thickens. It gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. If no sperm enters the vagina into the uterus, then the lining sheds. This is what's called the menstrual flow, also known as the period.
Oh, so that explains it. Thank you for clearing that up.
You're welcome.
But do men have luteinizing hormone and follicle-stimulating hormones?
They do.
So our endocrine system and our reproductive systems are very closely linked?
They much indeed are. The pituitary gland, which is in your brain up here, is linked between the endocrine and the nervous system, and therefore, when the endocrine and the nervous system work together to produce all these different types of hormones, such as estrogen, progesterone, testosterone, LH, FSH, all of this then helps your reproductive system and helps you grow into a big boy or a girl.
So all our systems are really closely linked.
Right, and the most closely related to the reproductive system is the endocrine system.
So can you explain how that works in males?
So, this is what FSH and LH does in males. FSH helps produce sperm, and then the LH helps secrete testosterone, which is a very important hormone in the male reproductive system. It helps the guy grow hair on their face, get their voice a little deeper, even helps sperm in the penis.
So what happens when these two meet up, the two sex cells?
Now, before I end the conversation and we go back to school, I want to make sure that you guys all know that all of these hormones are both in the male and the female reproductive system, just in various amounts. Got it?
Oh, okay.
So, I made a little diagram for you guys. The nurse helped me do this. Here's a little spermie. Whee! Ralphie, would you mind holding this up for me?
Okay.
And here's an egg. Now, 8 months ago, that sperm from Mr. Frizzle entered my egg. Boom, boom, boom,
Wait,
boom.
So it traveled through his entire system?
His entire male reproductive system.
Does only one get released at a time?
No, millions and millions of sperm get released at one time, but
Okay.
only one wins the race. It's kind of like a track meet when you keep running and running and running, but only there's one winner, and that first place winner gets to the egg. And as it gets to the egg, it bonds with the egg.
Let's go back to school now. I'm
Okay.
tired.
Me too. Spinny Wizzly, spinny.